Yeah. I mean, if he can make it out, the advantage now for Sadboys is if they can read this being a core Tiny, they can set up a lane to really shut him down so he does not snowball and build that kind of momentum. But that's a position Sadboys put themselves in, getting both their supports right out of the gate.
I'm not a huge Ryoya Tiny fan. Once again, massive respect to this guy.
Yeah,
You know,
it's always like, not to offend, but you suck.
But to offend.
Okay,
sound like right
well,
now.
because I'm not trying to BS the audience here. You know, I'm not trying to make it, oh, Ryoya is the best player in the world. No, he's not, but he's top tier at certain heroes, right? And Tiny just isn't one of them. I called it with the SF. The game went horribly. Like, this is just how mid players function. It's like, yeah, give me this hero. I'll play it. And then they just
to make it really is there something between you two? You make it very personal on the panel every time. Because you mention it every single game. Like, he picks a hero. Yeah, I don't know about this Ryoya hero. You know?
Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
We were on a team together, and I sat next to him with his computer, and he was always eating and always watching animes and slurping and eating and just slurping. Just like he would slurp rice. Who slurps rice? It's not even wet, but he would slurp like things that are not slurpable. Okay.
Speaking of slurpable. Spirit Breaker, that's the segue of a lifetime.
Very
right
good
there.
segue. Dakota, please get him
What
out
a
of here.
hero.
Slurp Breaker. Third pick.
Whoa! That's awesome. Dude, I love this hero. Holy jeez.
Wow, what in this game, though, says that we need to get Spirit Breaker? Ah, Crystal Main Rubik. Time to get Spirit Breaker. Now that's
I mean, Charge is a nice thing to steal for Rubik. It's another good spell for him.
That's a crazy best of one hero, right? Like, you're probably not used to going against Spirit Breaker very often. Well, get used to it, and you have one game to get used to it. So,
I mean, it's good against Monkey King mid to late game if they end up picking it because it's still available. Ooh, into a morph immediately. So you might be seeing okay, is it possible Ags Morphling with Spirit Breaker combo, double charge, you get crazy. Does he get the Ags from Spirit Breaker for free, or is Spirit Breaker needed? I can't remember. You need
no, he would need
Ags only on Morphling.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you know if you steal Terrorblade with Morphling, you get the Ags for free? If he has Ags, you don't need your own. Isn't it stupid?
Yeah. I mean, it works like that for Earthshaker, right? So it's the same exact concept.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
But I think that in terms of the Aghanim Scepters, I was very... What's the right word? I did not believe in the Spirit Breaker Ags, and then Brax showed me the way, gentlemen. Spirit Breaker Ags is so freaking good, and if you can get it on Morphling as well, even better. And you get all that status resist from whatever the hell the second spell is called. Not the spell name.
Bulldoze.
Again. Not this again.
Bulldoze.
Yeah, Bulldoze makes a lot of sense.
The Excavator, you know.
They should make a skin as cosmetic for Spirit Breaker that turns him into a bulldozer, just a vehicle. What do you guys think?
That's really good. You could
maybe
sell
in like 5
that
years?
with the player packs that are going to come out, or the team packs.
That's true.
Get on that.
I'll email Valve. They're still working on it.
Yeah, Ice Frog. Apparently his email's open. Everybody get on that. Just send him as many spam them there. Anyway, this Spirit Breaker, I actually really like this into Tide. You get the break from his new Aghanim Shard, so really good. It's really good in this game if he can get to Ags and Aghanim Shard.
They picked the Tide into that.
They did.
The interesting thing
they
about
did.
It.
I guess it's like, okay, well, it's a Spirit Breaker. I mean, this hero doesn't farm. It's like you talk about the Ags, and we talk about the Ag Shard being good. Like, how the hell does he get those items? Like, I feel like if you're farmed enough on Spirit Breaker to get those items, you're just gonna win with any hero, you know? Because he doesn't hit creeps. He's like Undying. Anyway, TA. Interesting.
Yeah, Refraction's pretty good this game, except for against Midnight Pulse.
Yeah, Enigma and Tiny. Tiny. It's tough against Tiny the Avalanche as well.
How many procs is that from Avalanche? Does it just take it off in one Avalanche pretty much?
I think it's 5.
You don't really get the full You can't burst him if he has Refraction on, though.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. But you do take it off, and then I do think he takes the toss damage. So that means he can't blink after Avatoss, which is quite annoying for TA. Because TA is all about you have spells cast on you, then you blink, and that's how she survives. She's not particularly tanky exactly.
Soaks, just takes all that soak, which they need someone to snowball and survive any potential movement coming out from Spirit Breaker, I guess. And I guess they hope that DNM is going to be able to fit that bill, and then Fear can really be the insurance policy for the team, and kind of be the one to match in the late game against this Morphling. But who is that? What is that hero? You know, PL's gone, Alk gone, Dusa is on the table, I guess.
Is Lycan banned? I feel like it would be That's a good Drow ban. Just a really fast-paced hero to deal with the Enigma, and then you have the Drow TA combo with Tidehunter. That sounds really beastly for running at towers. But so does Lycan. And this is Fear Lycan, and DNM is playing like the true carry mid. So I think you want to pick something that's more of a run-at-you hero. Remaining. Wraith King's also okay against the Enigma. But it's banned. Okay, they
there.
Like.
All right. Nice call.
They don't really have a Spirit Vessel carrier for Morphling, though. Against Morphling. They have to force it on somebody.
That's true, yeah.
Oh! It
What?
does come out! Oh my god! Best of one time, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Jubei Techies. Just for this moment, here and now, the Void Spirit
Against
first, and
TA?
then the Techies.
Guys,
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna pick black and yellow because their lineup is so aggressive, but then they pick a Techies. I mean, he's kind of aggressive at times, but it's against Refraction TA. It's only 2 melee here. I don't know about this Techies, guys. I thought the draft was better up until that point.
Dude, they're probably laughing so hard right now. Like,
Got him!
Just
Got you, Peter! We got you, Peter!
Like,
That's what they're doing.
I'm gonna go Sadboys just because I'm confused. I don't know if I could ever go for Techies here, but it is hilarious to see.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad they did it, but I feel like you're playing Techies into a Necro Carrier, which just means all your mines are going to get deawarded. And then TA is a classic counter. You just don't die to mines. And they've summons to scout.
But if you're Morphling, you get Ags, you become Techies, more mines to get refracted by a TA. Okay.
All right, sounds good, gentlemen. That's it from our panel. We got to head to a break and throw it on over now. Let's get it over to GoDz and Trent, who are going to be on the cast.
Here we go. Both teams ready for the second tiebreak of the day, and it's Sadboys charging in head first with the smoke. I think we catch anyone here. I'm GoDz. Joining me is Trent, and Trent, we've got ourselves a Techies.
They're in behind.
Who's wrapping around who at this point?
Who's the Radiant? Who's the Dire? We don't know. They're going to drop a ward along the way. Nice. I'm not sure if they saw that on the Wolf. Yeah, I think they did.
Definitely a ping on top of it. That's a pink ping, though, so maybe that's black and yellow. I'm not sure.
That's a good question. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, what more could you ask for? All these best of ones today, and you got yourselves a Techies. Way to go.
Yeah, this is... You'd expect this maybe in the league itself in a best of 3, but a best of 1. I mean, I guess we always talk about best of 1s in cheese. First blood picked up by Fear. Nice chase down with the early pointing gush, but
And the Alpha Wolf. That's pretty good.
I mean, when it comes to Jubei and Black and Yellow, is this like a cheese pick, would you say? Or is, like, to me, it's kind of just like part of his repertoire, at least when it comes to the pub games.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like... I don't know. There's definitely levels of cheese. It's like, oh my god, they picked Techies, they've never picked Techies. This is more like, okay, yeah, here comes the Jubei Techies. It's like, it's not like Zayat level where like you're banning it all the time and stuff, but I'm sure in the back of your mind you're thinking about it.
Yeah. And you know,
the hardest courier kill of any hero. Easy.
Got it.
I think you need good rolls on that. I think if you get bad rolls, it takes 3. I'm not sure. I haven't hit couriers in a while.
I mean, if you wanted a sign of where this game might be headed, the Morphling Yamsen already has a Midas queued up. So he's like, I got a Techies, time to queue up the Midas.
I can appreciate that. Now, I've never even thought about Morphling Techies. I don't even know if there's anything there.
Yeah.
We'll blast off. A lot of silence. That's a lot of damage. Double mines, I guess? You can like double up on mines all over the place? Oh, I don't like this, guys.
I don't know if it's worth getting the Ag Scepter by itself.
Yeah, well, he's Spirit Breaker, though, which is another really good combo.
Yep.
So, I mean, theoretically, in downtime, you could copy the Techies and place more proximity mines.
Well, let's see where things head here. I don't even know where to start with this game. Yeah. As far as where this game started, Ryoya mid crushing it. 10-2 against DNM's Templar Assassin.
Really? Oh yeah, I guess early levels, I suppose. Big fan of the mid tiny. Not so much the 4 tiny. Much happier to see it in the mid lane these days. And it's a good game for it. I mean, that's at least 3 heroes I can blow up, assuming I can catch the lack of refractions from playing this tiny.
You were saying you've seen a bit of the 4 position tiny in SA, or quite a bit of it.
Ugh. Awful.
No more. Okay.
And get away from me. Do you know what Toss is level 1, guys? It's 850 cast range. Okay? The hero is gutted.
Not what it used to be. But all those SA players, like I remember Matthew and Schofield, those guys were like tiny specialists.
Yeah. They're off that. Now everyone just plays Earth Spirit. We got like first phase ban Earth Spirits all the time down there.
Not too surprised. And then the other, unexpected 4th position this game, we have a Spirit Breaker, Black and Yellow, not just busting out techies, but Spirit Breaker coming out of nowhere. I feel like this is a hero we've not seen at all here in NA.
Yeah, I think there was, maybe it was C where they had the Morphling Spirit Breaker game, but yeah, just not a very popular hero. I think Morphling definitely helps its viability in terms of a pick, just because the double, it's very similar to Earthshaker, Earth Spirit, this idea of you're copying a big charging into them and stunning people hero to essentially just like chain stun in the late game.
PPD and Jubei battling it out in the jungle after Jubei gets a nice little stack off. I guess, some techies jungle potentially happen. PPD's like, I'll just take this. I'm a CM. I can farm the jungle.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back for this.
Yeah, Jubei wants this last hit. No.
That would be impressive if you could do that on techies.
The odds of getting that surely were less than 10%.
All right, the invading Crystal Maiden will retreat back to her side. She invades about as fast as a glacier, so it's lore based. It's very thematic.
Doesn't have any boots coming out either. Just poor CM life, getting some more vision, some sentries. I was expecting, Techie's known for its slow gameplay, but I feel like every time I've seen, Zayat's being the big example played, it's been very aggressive in the laning stage. That is not what we're seeing here from Jubei.
Yeah, I guess because he just doesn't have the combos, right? The only combo I can think of would be like the Tiny, but it does not work as well in the mid lane as it does in the side lane because there's nowhere to hide. It's going to be very obvious. And once again, that nerf, we talk about support Tiny, but the toss range means you can't really do super cheeky plays either as easily. Like at the start, even as a core player.
Curious, do you think there's something about the way like Sadboys, their play style, like they are a kind of slow-paced team? Is that partly why you think Black and Yellow thought this is the team to pick Tiny against?
Tiny or Techies?
Techies, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Techies,
okay.
yeah.
I think it best of one puts it in your head, and then you just think about it the entire draft and just decide that. I don't even know if it's team-based.
Sure.
Maybe, if anything, I would look more to the words mentality than team play, or patterns. I'd be like, we can break these guys,
They're just feeling confident after their previous win. Perhaps also hoping, even if they lose this game, that Sadboys can take care of A-Team so that they still can avoid relegation.
True.
A very passive laning stage here, and it does seem overall to be slightly favoring Sadboys.
Yeah, so
They got the damage for this. He's morphing streak, TP out, nothing to stop that one, so he's fine. And,
he's a Morphling, so he just goes tower.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Lee does have the South form, so yep.
I don't think this hero's going to be not meta until that changes. I think as long as you can do this in the laning stage, this hero's just always going to be pickable. It's so brutal. Why is he the only character that doesn't have to buy regen? I don't know. Just how it is.
Ooh, toss back into a mine and the suicide mid. DNM gets sniped. Okay, Tiny Techies, let's go.
This is what I was all setting up for, and that was only the level 1 toss too, so you had to get real close for that. Nice tips. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is a poor decision though. You should not be tipping DNM. He's a young gun. I don't think you're gonna tip this, or tilt this guy.
Especially it was a delayed tip. If that was instant, they waited. You need to get those tips in even before he died. It's like
should have been midair. Yeah. That would be good. Show some confidence. Don't dogpile on the dead guy.
Well, rotation bottom. Sadboys already sniped Techie's mid. Now they want 0. And with a Lycan ultimate, they sure as hell have got this kill. Sadboys go from one kill to the next.
No tips back. Very professional on the Sadboys.
Dyer's structures are fortified. Dyer's bottom tower
DPD keeping his team in check. I feel like he's the one who would probably be disciplining them if they were throwing out tips. Having too much fun.
Yeah, he'll walk over and just frostbite one of your neutrals.
Exactly.
Well, Enigma losing the tower very early. Loves to have the pullback on the creep wave the whole time, but this can become an issue.
Dyer's bottom tower
You pick an early tower pusher, and that first catapult can just take the tower down for you, since Enigma's always denying some of those creeps.
Yeah, and now they're going to lose their jungle, which is, Techies was kind of pseudo-jungling in this triangle earlier, and Lycan with Necrobook can very easily take over enemy Ancients, as we're seeing here, so...
Yeah, that'll get you your neutrals fast.
Yeah, already has a Necro 2 coming out, so very good start for Fear.
Jelly and Arcane. Ooh, that's a lot of mana.
Dire's middle tower
Trouble mid, but survives the combo from Tiny, and now it's Ryoya who's going to be pushed back. Has the phase boot, so can't get body block.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And it does seem like Black and Yellow are just playing this slow game, trying to get Techies level 6 in the jungle. Jubei, one of the things I've been telling some people, I want to see junglers come back. Well, we've got ourselves a jungler and some Techies. I'm not sure this is quite what I was hoping for when...
So far we've had a Huskar and a Techies. That's great. This is what you wanted. Are you happy now?
No. I want the return of like the level 1 jungle Chens, and stuff like that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is, I guess, the new era of junglers.
That did not look like a very beefy boy right there. That was some chopped up sirloin.
Yeah, this Spirit Breaker...
Radiant's bottom tower
I don't know. I mean, you've got a jungle Techies. I feel like I can't say anything bad about what the Spirit Breaker's doing when you've got a freaking jungle Techies behind him, Trent.
Yeah, just a
Surely it's
typical
not his
Dota
fault.
player. No matter what's happening in the game, you're just going to blame the Techies picker.
Yeah.
Either side, teammate or enemy.
If he was in lane, applying pressure, sure, but no, he's level 6 now. We'll see what he can do as far as, defending towers, because that's going to become very important when you're playing against a Lycan who's going to have a Necro 3 soon. He's already stacking remote mines behind the tower, anticipating this top tower going down, so this could catch Sadboys by surprise.
I have to agree that 1 kill in the first 9 minutes does not seem like what you wanted out of Techies. And these are level 1 remotes, so 300 damage, I mean...
He's going to get a 4th one here? No, he's...
Yeah, he's going to try and sneak one more. Alright, here we go. Fear.
I think it's enough. Oh, it is enough. Okay, that was more than 4 then. Well then.
Yeah, okay.
Black and Yellow are just trolling their way through elimination tiebreakers.
Fear tips Jubei at the end, nice.
Charge in bottom. They're diving deep here, but with food showing up, I think Flea's just... This is the charge in, force a TP, and get the hell out, because this is a level 3 Spirit Breaker.
I mean, that's cute and all, but he was basically going to rotate through 2 more camps and have to run bottom anyway. I don't know. I'm not too concerned if I'm Fear. Alright guys. 1 stack down. Now Techies is getting some smokes up. This better not be a smoke into the enemy jungle and start throwing down mines.
Yeah, we'll see what the Jubei Techie style is going to be.
Yeah, I would like to see way more aggression in terms of the suicides, the blast offs. Doesn't seem like it's been that valuable this game.
And it kind of doesn't seem like that's his game plan with the Techies. It seems like, forget the laning stage, I'm playing all in on this mid game. Hasn't committed the smoke to go on the Radiant side of the map yet, but at some point, you've got to imagine he's going to consider it. I'm playing against what's going to be a very fast Necro 3, so Fear's going to have a solution soon for these remote mines.
There was a strat that when LGD were playing a lot of Techies last year, or at least throughout the quarantine era, there was
Revenge,
Zeros being chased down here.
Jubei top.
Yeah.
Suicide.
Couple. Actually, maybe Zero's gonna get the jukes out of here, unless they want to. Nah, he's good. They got him. So yeah, the whole point was, as you said, the way that Jubei's kind of playing it, where they used to just give him a bunch of stacks, and they just try to farm up as fast as possible to rush into the Aghanims, but he's got the Fairies Trinket, and he's going for a Yasha first. Kind of interesting. Way more used to the fast Ags, but I guess per potential Bloodstone. Then into
Do you mean
Ags.
the Kaya on the Techies?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Yeah. I guess he's just playing that role of delay the game for Morphling, because Morphling does have that fast Midas with a Morbid Mask. It doesn't seem like Black and Yellow feel like they're in any rush this game. And they've got late game Enigma, who's one of the best late game heroes as well in Dota, as a non-carry. Zero in trouble, gets picked up again.
It's like a
Third
4-shot.
Very odd game. This is feeling more like a pub game in some ways than some of the other games that we've had here in the DPC.
Everyone completely tilted out of this game. This is a pop on the tire. They're just like, what are you doing? jungling the whole time. No one can like stabilize their lanes. Roya can't go find kills. He's just trying to rush a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I guess his job's going to become just tossing people in the mines at some point, because that's going to be, you know, you can hide the mines away from the Necrobook. Just chuck them in some trees where the Necrobooks won't find them, and then you've got the toss.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree though. Like, Necro 3 coming out because there's a Lycan, refractions, like this. It's just Techie's window's like over.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see what Sadboys just take all these outer towers, control outposts, go for Roshan. And for Black and Yellow, the question is, yeah, what do you do about that?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I'm glad we're seeing that Techie's at the very least. And he's setting up his little traps. They're off the beaten path. He's trying to follow your advice. He's got a couple in the trees by the tier 2. I'm sure that Sadboys will wind up roaching before they head anywhere too dangerous.
Yeah, the question is, do they find maybe a toss target into them? But yeah, very much Roshan probably on the menu very soon. I mean, you've got TA and Lycan. Very easy roaching with these heroes. And Rubik's become a jungler too. We've got some greed coming out from Sadboys. Sneaking with the stolen demonic conversion is just jungling it up.
Yeah, it's not one of these position 5 enigmas either, so you actually get it max leveled. Great. And his bottom lane here too.
Do you see this this Morphling being kind of the king of late game if they can get like delay it forever? Oh, bottom lane.
Oh, there we go.
Snaking, he's got the Morph strength,
He's
so he's
already
got
got
2k
it.
health. Yeah. And they're going to turn this around with a Ravage. Yamsen needs to find a way out of this one. Goes for the TP, but the damage is there from a Fade Ball. That is not what Black and Yellow were hoping for. His Fear pops the ultimate, chasing after Ryo. He's going to blink to the low ground and find himself a regen rune. He'll be fine.
All right, that was sick. He just stole that, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he had that before.
Yeah, I don't believe so either.
Also, he's back
gone
max
out.
at you. don't fuck that up, bud. Do not want that to happen.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, that's the only way Snaking lives. Very impressive. Well done. Kind of a free steal, but they still went on him anyway, so it was kind of their own fault on the side of Black and Yellow.
Curious what Zero's going for in his Enigma. He saved up 2k gold.
All right, they're trying to find a trap, but they are not close enough.
Moo. Tanky in the mid lane. They have the mines to toss back to. I think Fleet may go stand on them. Ryoya has tossed in 2 seconds. Ooh, not going to get a chance to toss anyone into the mines.
GoDz, they're just lost, man. I just don't even know. Like, Roya doesn't have anything to do. He's like literally trying to bait them close enough to toss to a Spirit Breaker on top of some mines. Like, you could have just played Dota, guys.
It's weird because, yeah, like you say, it doesn't feel like they're playing Dota. But at the same time, I don't have the full, like, they've lost. It's more just like they're going to just keep delaying this game from Morphling and hope for the best, as well as, I guess, Enigma go for, like, a BKB Blink, maybe? I don't know what Enigma's going.
That's true, actually. I have not really considered that. Well, I don't know. Rubik's just so good versus Enigma now because of the cast range on Supremacy.
And I feel like PPD teams are good at playing that methodical Dota where they're going to get map control and just get... They'll happily delay this game and play to get like a 30, 40k gold lead if needed.
Oh, yeah. He's got the clipboard out right now. He's writing down the objectives, just telling everyone, this is where you're allowed to go. This is what you're allowed to do. And if you do these things, we'll just win some Dota. All right, he's pinging the mine stack. There we go. All right, you're not supposed to both stand on it.
And they get a
Moose
toss back.
senses something here.
Yeah. It says it's going to be a charged bottom as they take the tier 1 bottom tower. And Snaking completely alone here. Pretty
the
tanky
Necros.
with the morph string.
We see it.
Yeah, I think they should have the damage. Doesn't get the Nether Strike off, and Snaking will still die to the right clicks. Oh, okay, so they've seen the Mind Sack mid.
Yeah, they've started killing it with the Necronomicon.
The gig is up. Well, time to... You know, they just have to put it... Okay, they've got another one above the tower as well.
Genius.
I mean, you just have to hide these in trees, I guess. And there's probably some tree places you can put them where you can't scout with Necros because they're just completely trapped off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are. And not a Texas picker, just want to be clear. For the record.
As for Sadboys, they're looking to perhaps speed up this game. Drums from Lycan, he went back for this. Looking to get some additional pushing power. DNM has the Blink Deso and is they're just gonna go high ground now. Some of the Necrobooks and see what they can do. Flea comes charging in to try and delay this one. Could be in some trouble with the Frostbite there, and yeah, that's just dead Spirit Breaker. Imagine questions are like, okay guys, what's the plan here? Is there some mines? No.
I don't know if this was a bluff that's like, oh, it's high ground, they'll definitely have mines, but they're not buying it. They put a sentry down and they're just like, nope.
Yeah. He started making a stack now, but it's too late, and there were only maybe a couple remote mines here, so... Free tier 3 tower. They don't grab the racks, but they can kind of just disengage and come back another day or go to another lane.
And they are just completely unfazed on the side of Sadboys. I feel like they're probably a little bored, honestly.
Yeah, they're probably wondering, you know, what Black and Yellow are thinking a bit with this draft, but... They'll happily avoid this mid lane where Techies has set up multiple traps. But the Philosopher's Stone, so if they really want to slow it down, you know, they've got that passive gold income as well for their supports.
How can a Rubik level 11 just walk up and take that arcane root right under a tiny? That's so ridiculous. Just too tanky. Can't kill him. Doing some quick math with his skills, he's like, that Rubik's like the same level as me, and he has 2,000 health, so yeah, nope.
Well, next on the menu for Sadboys, it looks like they're going to go have another go at this top lane. Again, not many mines set up here. I guess, I mean, there's not really... You'd have to put these remote mines. That said, you need to put them in trees to look for those toss targets, but... DNM with an Aegis is kind of unafraid. He can just go high ground regardless of mines. And they are going to find some of those remote mines. Just free racks.
Free Spirit Breaker?
It's just... I mean, Flea in game 1 was the MVP, and this game is like, you put him on a Spirit Breaker where there's just nothing he can do. I feel bad for the guy. I don't even feel like he's done anything wrong this game.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh man, these traps, dude, just like, they're spotting these little enclaves of mines. They know. They played against this, you know?
Yep. Wolves go in. Blow up the landmine, yeah. I think they probably, you know, the comms I gotta imagine this team right now is like, how do we die? I toss into mines. Okay, we're gonna see mines with Necrobooks, so they're gonna hide every single mine in trees. So they're just gonna be
Moose chopping the trees.
They're using traps,
He's
they're
a
chopping
lumberjack.
down trees. I imagine how they assess, like, there's no other way they can lose this game, they probably say.
They would be correct.
Flea, another charge in. Is he going to commit to this one? No. I was like, if he charges this one, then he's tilted.
Alright, where's my Enigma? What's going on, Zero? Got 1,700 gold.
Okay.
Alright, just catch everyone in a Midnight Pulse black hole. Oh, I almost missed it.
Ryoya trying to pull him into these remote mines, but Sadboys are just ignoring the mines. They kind of know there's no mines on the high ground. They were around that tier 2 mid, so not much to defend the high ground, and Aegis is expiring, but Sadboys just showing confidence regardless.
Yeah, they're smoked for this. This is their fight, they've decided.
Yeah. The wraparound comes. Zero has a blink. Black hole catches a couple sneaking. He steals the black hole. He gets avalanche. He still thinks he can turn this around. He throws in a black hole of his own. Catches up too. Techies no mana left, and Ryoya can just stand and watch. They've lost fear though, so the Sadboys firepower gone, but they're still convincingly winning this fight, and DNM go charging in. No, he gets blown up. The mines, they came into play. All right. Not bad for Black and Yellow here.
That's not bad. Considering the situation, I will definitely take that if I'm Black and Yellow. Yeah, what happened to that Techies? I can't tell who tossed it. That was pretty wild. Oh, they have the chase down going on. I'm investigating.
Picking Spirit Breaker into Rubik turns out not very easy to charge people. Instead they go on PPD, who gets slivered up though, so the Nether Strike's not doing a whole lot to him, and Flea is just dead. This might be the end of the Spirit Breaker experiment, but it also could be the last game that Black and Yellow play here in the DPC Tiebreakers. For better or for worse. As Sadboys say, well, you've defended once, this time you're in a black hole, so can you defend again?
Yeah, something tells me this guy doesn't have a refresher hidden in the base or anything. You're probably safe to go. But at the same time, you know, one thing that gets easier in a Techie's game is you get more clumps. It's easier to put these defenses down, and now he can double up by putting these traps right in front and saying, now I have toss threat, as well as the classic sitting in front of the tower mine. The Aghanims is only one piece away. Jubei.
Okay. Like the more lanes of Rex you're down, the better for techies. Less lanes to defend.
Yes, he's just an anime hero.
Morphling has an E-Blade now. See what he can make of that in these team fights. It feels like since that kill on Fear top behind the 2 on tower, the techies remote mines have just not caught anybody by surprise, though.
I mean, that one was particularly funny because, like, who does that? Who doesn't show at all for the defense? Is like, oh, I'll get him after. I mean, I definitely don't blame Fear, but it was pretty comical.
Feels like ever since that kill and the 5-man tip, it was just like, all right, Sadboys are like, all right, serious mode. We're not giving this techies another highlight this entire game.
Yeah, this is not what you want to lose to. Flea smoked up here alongside Yamsun. There's an Orchid here, though. Oh, that was the perfect timing for this charge.
Has a refraction back up in a second. Gets the Orchid. DNM, yeah. Let's say he could just turn and get that kill if not for the E-Blade. Almost still dies. Wow. Okay. Sadboys. Rotate a lot here is top. They're probably happy to just farm it up and wait for next Roshan here if they want to play this safe. I mean, generally against the techies, you want that high ground sieger to have that second life.
Oh, yes.
To have probably some BKBs.
Now, this is also how many of the techies games I play with Slack Scope, because he doesn't do anything in laning stage either. Oh, hey, hold on. Yamsun.
Keep himself alive. The Tide gets off the Ravager. That's going to catch out too. And Yamsun may just die. Even with all the Morph Strength here, he's got no way out of the Frostbite. Waveform out as it ends, but he still gets sniped. And they still have Black Hole on Rubik, by the way. So,
ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Zero, though, they might not have Black Hole at all for Black and Yellow. He's gone. As of a buyback, but yeah, so we enter phase 2 now of buying the gem and killing the gem carry. That is now the new goal, right?
Snaking Black Hole's bottom, but he's already TP'd out. It was wearing off.
Yeah, he actually had the right spot. That's the... I think he did, at least. He's close.
So yeah, gem on PPD.
Just kill the gem carrier.
Yeah. It is the CM, so... Roshan will be a very quick respawn. 15 seconds, and gotta imagine Sadboys will be instantly running themselves into the pit. And Black and Yellow will be alive here, but I feel like their map control, I mean, they've just got 0 wards up. Literally the only vision they have is inside their own base and a single remote mine down in this bottom lane. So I don't think they can really contest Roshan, even if they smoke out.
I guess they have to play for the sign fight. That's your best bet.
No. So is this feeling more and more like the Slack's Techies game is what I'm hearing?
Yeah, this is definitely it. This is the dream. After a couple hundred, though, he does get a little bit better, you know. He's a little bit more active in the lane these days.
Okay.
It's all right, bud.
Lycan?
I don't know. The thing is, he always ends up winning those games, as much as I hate to say it. That's the really frustrating part, is that I've seen so many games exactly like this. And then something, he's got the 4-staff plays. That's the highest mechanical skill that Slacks holds in Dota, is his ability to 4-staff people into mines. It makes no sense with how else he plays Dota. We'll see if, maybe they can get some nice Nether Strike toss plays, all kinds of shenanigans.
Tiny's got a 4-stop to go with the toss. DNM will snipe off Flea on the Spirit Breaker, as it does seem like Sadboys could be gearing up for another high ground push soon, but they've got to deal with some pesky split push first.
They're actually being quite a nuisance down here, like hiding in the trees, lurking, waiting for the next wave, killing another wave, running around in circles with the Eidolons. Makes another Eidolon. Okay.
Yeah.
Snakey's coming back. He's going to be looking for an Enigma, and he might find a Morphling. Oh, jeez.
So.
That's not who I wanted.
0. Black Hole! Dude, I feel like surely Black and Yellow are just trolling it. They're going to Black Hole a Rubik. I guess you can defend high ground without Black Hole because you've got techies, so maybe it's not trolling, but... He Black Hole! What's he thinking, Trent?
I don't know. Does he live? Is there some world where if they don't Black Hole, the Rubik gets out?
He's pretty farmed. I mean, he had the Yules and the Blink, but I don't know.
He could have just turned into Rubik and just killed him. Seemed a little unnecessary.
Yeah, no. I fully agree. I mean, it almost seems better to let him live and not use Black Hole than to use Black Hole. But it's making a statement, I guess, and I think that's what this game is about for Black and Yellow.
Well, we always talk about how good Aegis is versus Black Holes, so he just figured why even use it the first time.
Okay.
Dire's bottom
But
tower has
now
fallen.
Sadboys is like, okay, Black Hole's down. I guess we go push, right?
The
There's
real
a lot
question
of
is,
mines
has he used
scattered.
anything else since? Hope so.
Where are the remotes? They're right on the high ground there.
That's Aegis. They did it.
There's been a few remotes on the high ground still. He gets rooted instantly, has a BKB though, so DNM doing a good job holding onto it. And
Radiant's courier
I
You know,
guess you've defended high ground.
the 4-staff plays worked. Get in, get out, take care of the Aegis. Now you don't really like. What's the value of going high ground now without Aegis?
Yeah.
Is
And they
there's
need
actually not. Mathematically, you should probably just leave.
They need to get some more mines up faster if you're Black and Yellow. That's what Jubei's, I think, realizing quickly, but his mines on the high ground going to clear a creep wave. Tiny gets lifted, Ryoya. Has to be careful here. Oh, Ryoya's got an E-Blade as well.
Guys, you can
They're
have the
doing-
whole map to yourselves.
This is Techi's Dota right here. They're defending high ground. Yamson's just farming and pushing out top. Fleet was in the mid lane. They're delaying this
They're,
well.
charging snaking too. Oh my god, did you see that blink range? What is this hero?
Oh, they know he's being charged, so here come the backup as Flea may have thrown away his life here. But I feel like that's kind of his job, just to charge around, create some havoc.
Really? Yeah, mid lane? Tries to run into DNM there, but yeah, okay, he's got E-Blade, that's fine.
Like DNM's going to see all these E-Blades and just queue up a nullifier or something at this point.
Yeah, I think with his current items, it's definitely the right call. I mean, the only other thing I could imagine would be Scythe, but then Scythe doesn't answer if someone else tries to E-Blade them, so I don't see why he wouldn't just go straight null.
With Aegis, they didn't make a dent on the Black and Yellow high ground. Having less lanes to defend works in their favor, and having the minefield sign allowing them to hide some remote mines also working wonders.
The key to techies is the lack of patience that anyone has in pubs. Like, it's much easier, I'm sure, to find the discipline for patience when you're playing in a pro match like this. Oh, Fear has to munch that cheese just for safety.
Samson, though, doesn't have a TP now, and he's done for.
But, yeah, the benefits of going high ground are so minimal. Oh, God, this Spirit Breaker. 0, 11, and 3 for Flea. Not what we expect out of this guy. He has been handed a pretty hard... I mean, really, he kind of is the 5 with how they, of course, played Juve this game, but not a fun hero to be the 5 on.
Feels like if this game goes long, he's going to be very quickly going like 0-20, and not by any fault of his own necessarily. Ravage bottom, they just want to pull up Ryoya, and they'll succeed in doing so. Now they don't have to worry about the toss into remote mines as much.
Yeah, and Moo was really close to that stack, too, but the stun, I guess Juve just didn't find it.
They're also split pushing mid, and there's no minefield sign, so PPD has found where the remote stack is, so... Like this mid-tier 3 tower could be in some trouble. Remote mines on the high ground going to just clear out some creeps and necrobook, so that'll force a tiny buyback a bit. Mines are somewhat limited here, so... will be enough to force Sadboys to back off for now. Game,
Well, with all the tiebreakers today, it was bound to happen, right?
to get one clown-ass
it's-
game.
We are blessed here to get to witness this.
I usually don't mind techies games that much. Like, they're kind of fun and interesting, but this is like the full-on hub-style techies. Let's defend high ground for as long as possible. Not the techies I feel like I've seen more in Pro Dota, where there's a bit more laning impact.
Yes, well, as North Americans, we like to make things accessible to the common man pub player, right? This is a blue-collar techies. This guy's been in the matches. He's done this before. He's not one of your high-end, mighty Zayet's European techies. It's just not how he rolls. And he did go Scythe over the Null, actually. Okay.
And Yamson is going for the Ag Scepter. So are we seeing more mines? Are we seeing the Spirit Breaker? I'm curious to see what we get out of this Ag Scepter on Morphling. I feel like he's going to be just planning more mines for the team.
Yeah, why is he going Scythe? Isn't Null just like way better? I guess Scythe versus the Morphling. That part's actually kind of fair though.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
And there's when people are solo, the Scythe is better, and they're going to be finding a lot of solo heroes they're anticipating because you can't all sit high ground with techies. And he could just get Nullifier after, honestly.
All right. Well, perhaps Roche number 3 will be the lucky charm for Sadboys. You know,
Our
high ground push
Chinese
fails.
tops, do you? I think someone should purchase Aeon. I see someone to play against some techies in their pubs, trying to give some friendly advice to the players. It's a good idea. You're not wrong, bud.
That's true. I mean, there's one queued up on the Rubik, I guess. Tied with a Heart of Taras, just all in on the health, you know? You're playing against techies, why not? Wood plus Heart.
Love that shard, too, that he picked up pretty early.
Oh, yeah.
It was all about the shards, you know? I love that Snapfire that he was playing at the start of the league. I'm sad we haven't seen more of that. That shard is really cool.
All right. Yamson playing the Spirit Breaker Morphling, just charging around the map.
This is some Storm Chen shenanigans, I guess. What can you do here to... What is the play? What kind of sneaky little mine things can you set up that lets the Morphling like move around the map? They've got really deep wards already across the map, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Like, is it worth putting remote, like, I wonder if there's a place you can put a proximity mine where you can get vision of creeps? Probably not. Get vision of creeps without setting it off, so you can always, like, charge.
They've seen this Rubik under a ward. It feels like they're just... Oh, they've been scanned now. The charge coming in. Snake King not going to expect this one. Doesn't get the lift off. And just blow him up here.
Oh, he's only...
Fierce coming in. And he gets the defensive yield off. Fierce shows up with the shapeshift. They blow him up. They just blow up the Morphling. Absolutely deleted with the Scythe of Vice. Don't think he was expecting that. And now with the silence on Flea, he should be going down as well. They made the classic... This is where the techies yells at your team, like, why did we leave our base, you know? I feel like I played with these techies on my team, and they're just like, come on, we had one plan, it's defend high ground, and eventually you get impatient. Much like the team against techies gets impatient, sometimes the teammates of the techies get impatient.
They must have, like, a subreddit or a Discord or something, because they all say the same stuff.
True.
They're all very similar in nature.
I feel like I've been in those games, yeah, with Slacks or any techies playing. They're just like, guys, why are we leaving base?
Why do you guys want to hang out with me? You guys aren't having fun? I'm having so much fun.
We could just, hang out for 2 hours, become best buds, and, it'll be a good time.
This is a pretty cool game for the TA Agnums, which they just got from the Roche. Because typically, I would think you'd want to put that on the Lycan. But they're going to give it to TA so she can move around the map.
It's what? It's a very, 15-second cooldown. That is very low. So, another smoke from black and yellow. It looks like they're just smoking to stand on their high ground and go for a toss play, perhaps, as there's going to be an Aegis push coming their way. What's the game plan here?
I mean, really, they should just... They're going to push where they see the sign. Or, like, wait till they see the sign, then they'll just go anywhere else, right? You never want to be where the sign is. There's no point.
And they've seen it mid now, so it seems like they're just going to go looking for this bottom lane. Perhaps there's a couple mine clumps, though, in the bottom lane as well as... Well, 2 near the bottom lane.
You know, if they copy the toss, then they could double toss all the way to the mid clump.
Ooh.
Now that would be some plays. Then I would appreciate Texas.
Lift up. They've caught the Tiny. The Hex into the Rabbit. They're looking to blow up Ryoya, and he could be in some trouble. Does not have a buyback, and now they don't have to worry about the toss at all. He's got the goal, but he did not have the cooldown, and he's just getting deleted. That is deja vu as they go on DNMCA, but they just don't have the damage to blow him up. He gets the BKB off, turns on the Morphling. With the CM freezing field, that's going to force black and yellow back.
Waiting for his moment.
His moment's passing quickly as Techies also dies.
Taunting. Airing.
Steve.
Oh, that's it.
We're down
Oh.
mega. Oh, there's GG. Okay.
There it is. And one more for good measure from Snaking.
That was apparently a game of Dota 2, Trent.
I mean, I heard Crit talking like he'd been up all night, rolling in his sleep, seeing visions on the ceiling. Like he's in like Queen's Gambit or some shit, like playing out his Dota games. And then we got this. I don't know. Was that the same thing that Black and Yellow were doing? And this is what they came up with? Were they also sleep deprived?
I don't know. They were perhaps on something going into this draft because, this crazy experiment of a draft did not work out for them. Black and Yellow put their fate in Sadboys' hands now because they need Sadboys to get the win against a team who, to be fair, do look perhaps a level below these two teams, but it feels like Black and Yellow just went way too out there and crazy with this draft.
Yeah, I was a little harsh on it, to be honest. I definitely appreciate some creativity and attempting to do some stuff, but it feels like if this was something they want to try, it doesn't feel like it's something they've like pulled out in a lot of scrims and it's gone really well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like the first time it's ever failed them, but it felt like there were a significant amount of things that could have been improved with the strategy overall. But I will say I do appreciate the effort.
Absolutely. I mean, we got something completely different. And I think Sadboys also showed, they've seen this Jubei techies a few times in their pub games. They knew all the little tricks, it seemed. PPD found him jungling at level 2, They knew what to expect with the Jubei techies, whereas normally techies would be like a surprise pick. Didn't feel that way at all.
No. I guess we carry on. We'll roll forward with more tiebreakers. What do you say?
Let's do it. We've got a break, and then we've got potentially our last game of the North American DPC, unless a team can get the win against Sadboys. If they do, we go into round 2, go into more tiebreakers. We'll find out what happens after a quick break.